Hi, I am Seek. Let us look at some exciting stuff. In February 2017, India achieved a great victory by becoming the first nation in the world to launch over 100 satellites in one mission launching. Do you know what satellites are? What are they used for? A satellite is an object orbiting around a planet or a star. Satellites are used for sending signals for communication, navigation, and weather purposes. Satellites are of two types: man-made satellites like the International Space Station, the Hubble Telescope, or Sputnik 1, and natural satellites, for example, Moon is Earth's natural satellite. When you look up at the night sky, does the moon appear to be of the same shape every day? No, the moon appears in different shapes over the month. These shapes represent the phases of the moon. Let us discuss more concepts related to the phases of the moon. We only see the moon because sunlight reflects back to us from its surface. During the course of a month, the moon circles once around the earth. If we could magically look down on our solar system, we would see that the half of the moon facing the sun is always lit, but the lit side does not always face the earth. As the moon circles the earth, the amount of the lit side we see changes. These changes are known as the phases of the moon, and it repeats in a certain way over and over. The lunar month is the 29.53 days it takes to go from one new moon to the next. During the lunar month, the moon goes through all its phases. At new moon, the moon is lined up between the earth and the sun. We see the side of the moon that is not being lit by the sun. In other words, we see no moon at all because the brightness of the sun outshines the dim moon. As the moon moves eastward away from the sun in the sky, we see a bit more of the sunlit side of the moon each night. A few days after new moon, we see a thin crescent in the western evening sky. The crescent moon waxes, that is, appears to grow fatter each night. When half of the moon's disk is illuminated, we call it the first quarter moon. This name comes from the fact that the moon is now 1/4 of the way through the lunar month. The moon continues to grow fatter, and once more than half of the disk is illuminated, it has a shape we call gibbous. The gibbous moon appears to grow fatter each night until we see the full sunlit face of the moon. We call this phase the full moon. The moon has now completed one half of the lunar month. During the second half of the lunar month, the moon grows thinner each night. We call this waning. Its shape is still gibbous at this point, but grows a little thinner each night. As it reaches the 3/4 point in its month, the moon once again shows us one side of its disk illuminated and the other side in darkness. As it completes its journey and approaches new moon again, the moon is a waning crescent. After this activity, you will be able to model the phases of the moon, relate the model created with what occurs in the space, know more about satellites, and distinguish between the different phases of the moon.